Commentator Jason Rosenbaum came to KBIA this week to produce his commentary with script in hand. Nothing out of the ordinary about that, but one thing did stand out. The font was green. If you've recently logged on to Twitter or Facebook, maybe you've noticed many of your friends have changed their avatar to a green hue. It's a statement about the disputed elections in Iran and a way to show support for the democratic ideals of free, open, and fair elections. In this week's commentary, Jason Rosenbaum looks at the unrest and protesting in Iran, President Barack Obama's response, and what all this could mean for the U.S.
In just a matter of days, the election controversy electrified the computerized masses. Thousands of people have colored their Twitter avatars in green to show support for the protesters. And popular social network devices have at times overrun the steep wall of government media control that has become a way of life in Iran. All of these things taken as a collective seem to be overwhelmingly positive, but there is potential for some very bad things to occur in the next few weeks and months. This pessimism isn't necessarily based on precedent. We have witnessed in recent years mass uprisings uproot governments in Poland, Czechoslovakia, and South Africa, and we saw a so-called evil empire of the Soviet Union crumble without a world war or a nuclear holocaust. Rather, a defensive posture in this situation stems from some basic realities. It is certainly true there are some democratic elements within Iran's governmental structure, such as a directly elected president and parliament. But unelected religious figures, not the president or parliament, possess most of the power in the country. These men can exercise control over all the country's democratic functions. Moreover, the religious leaders have a major say over the country's military infrastructure. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that the status quo inside Iran will use every method at their disposal to liquidate a major threat to their existence. The result is not only heartbreaking to millions around the world, but potentially deadly to those who are protesting. President Barack Obama has received some flack for not expressing more vocal support for the protesters. This is most likely being done to avoid a perception that America is spawning an Iranian uprising. The truth is, the powers that be in Iran would probably accuse of meddling no matter what Obama decides to do. But Obama's administration should also be prepping for pessimism. If the mass protests are beaten back, Iran's government could emerge more defiant than ever of international and American opinion. That's a posture that produces innumerable national security challenges for America and our allies. It's always good to hope for the best, but it's also important to prepare for a time that will require our president to shed his taciturn stature for some potentially uncomfortable decision-making. I'm Jason Rosenbaum.
That's all the time we have for this week's Talking Politics. Thanks for listening. I'm Sarah Whitmire.